good evening to our esteemed speakers on the stage and to the wonderful audience out here. You are sitting from last 90 minutes. Thanks to all of you. I know the previous topic was a very sensitive one, but now you can take a deep breath, relax. This is a very lighter topic we have brought for you now.
90 minutes without tea.
Yes. That is what we're going to talk about. That is what our topic is all about, the food. Before we actually start consuming food. Yeah. So it's my pleasure today to moderate this session on a very important and interesting topic, Foodistan, the art of moderation. We know with all this Zomato, Swiggy, at the touch of phone, we are spoiled with choices. But that is where the moderation comes into picture. So that is what the whole topic is all about. So let me start with expanding the topic. That I start with a point to put up to Saakshi. How do you define moderation with respect to food, and why is it so important for all of us?
Good evening, everyone. Food moderation, अभी तो इस time भूख भी लग रही है, moderation बात करना. It's like a bad craving for tea this time. Moderation is consuming, it's like a balanced and having a balanced and a varied diet while limiting the intake of such a food when taken in the excess quantity, that has a negative impact on our health. Like आजकल हम लोग काफ़ी चीज़ों पे पढ़ते हैं, the high in saturated fats, high in trans fat, high in sugar, high in salt. So these all stuff should be avoided for our overall physical, mental, emotional and moral well-being. Because आजकल इतने chronic diseases हो रहे हैं, BP, sugar, these are very common. Thyroid, hypertension, and you can see the big queues in the hospitals. And I recently, my mother suffered with aneurysm, that was a rupture of a brain nerve. I was in 40s with her, like for the last, right from 17th of March till 5th of April. So again the follow-up after 10, 12 days, it was again a follow-up after discharge. I can see the big queues. Sorry to say to the medical fraternity, but it was actually, एक तो मरीज तो ठीक करना ही करना, it was like a money minting business. But that's why the stage has come कि हम लोग hospitals भरे पड़े हैं, doctors भरे पड़े हैं. The reason is our bad eating habits. Every one of us binge on unhealthy foods because we have no time. We have, we have number of questions. We are always on the go. भागते रहते, भागती जिंदगी हमने बना ली अपनी. So there is a time we need to moderate our food intake. We need to have the balanced stuff. क्या खा रहे हैं, क्या नहीं खा रहे हैं. And it's very important for the weight management, weight control. Just come देखते रहते हैं. And I was about to ask कुछ पतला होने के tips दे दो. और myself being basically from Amritsar, I always have cravings. I really miss that in Chandigarh. Aloo ke kulche, puris and muneem ki puri and everything. But now yes, we are at such a stage, especially when we are touching the 40s. एक moderation लाना बहुत ज़रूरी है. My elder one is there making the video. मामा क्या बोल रही है? Sir, my younger one is a national player. He's into roller hockey. He's 8 years of age. He is like more into junk food. अभी sportsman है, but junk food खाता है. That's like irony. He is like more into healthy food intake. तो बहुत झगड़ा रहता है. मामा वो सब्जियां खाता है, वो सब्जियां नहीं खाता. But somehow moderation लानी बहुत ज़रूरी है food में. इसी के साथ हमें बाकी, we need to bring the moderation in other aspects of the life to get away from all the diseases and everything for our overall well-being.
Very true.
Thank you, Saakshi. So this makes us feel that whether these all 80 places are they kind of an investment from the healthcare sector. But I'm assuming no. Okay. So next up, I think we have Jessica Shan, who has been a popular TEDx speaker, wellness coach. So let us put the same question to her also. It was her viewpoint on why moderation is important with respect to food.
Well, I think it's all a relationship with yourself that it starts. Once you know what's your relationship with your understanding of eating, sleeping, being in good relationships, understanding who you need in your life, who you don't need in your life, knowing what are your baselines, knowing how you're coded, all of that contributes to your well-being. So food is one of the most fanciest part that we talk about when it comes to moderation, because junk versus healthy, and now we have so many blogs coming in, gluten-free and XYZ and vegan food and All those terms were nowhere in existence 12 years, 15 years back. And this is all an industry. We need to understand. In this industry where things are being flooded and put into our mouth, art of moderation is something that we all should talk about, you know. And the easiest way I always recommend people is to see how you enjoy your food. What is your relationship with your food? Is it something that you put your guilt away from? So you eat because you feel like you need to jam with your family, so you eat. Do you eat just because that's the easiest activity you can have access to, you know, to feel full? You know, so once you understand that your relationship with food is, for example, existence or survival or nourishment, I think the whole game changes. Rajita Divakar very beautifully said once in one of her interviews, she says the relationship we build with the kids, as in connection to food, is very bad from childhood. Either we overfeed them because mama ko lagta hai ki पेट भरा रहे, mama को लगता है हाँ 250 ml दूध से ज़्यादा दें, वैसे तो दूध भी नहीं देना चाहिए, अगर हम ऐसे बातों में चले गए तो it's non ending. But हम कहते हैं कि मम्मा कहती है इस बच्चे के लिए ग्लास लिया था तो पूरा ग्लास नहीं and उसको पीना है, you know. So we force food in the first phase of life, you know. We don't ask for the child's preference. We tell him how he has to see food. Then comes school time when we force them to eat certain way. School में तैयार होना बहुत जरूरी है, कपड़े डालना बहुत जरूरी है, बैग पैक करना बहुत जरूरी है, खाना एंड में जब बस आ जाएगी तब अपनी रोटी लेते हुए भागते हुए खा लेना. So what is your association with food? Hurry. So in hurry you junk. You put everything together. Third very important thing when it comes to food is the art of learning how to cook. It's too late in our system. Once you tell a child how he can safely cook in presence of the parents and stuff like that, you have to start teaching them the art of cooking from 3 or 4. Which we do, abhi time nahi aaya. Because parents don't want to engage. तो बच्चा क्या सीखता है? जल्दी से छुप छुप के कुछ भी खा लो, चिप्स खा लो, ये खा लो, पेट में भूख लगा है, जो मिल गया. पेरेंट्स भी कहेंगे चिप्स ले देता हूँ, चुप हो जाओ, भूख लगी है. Every parent today going to the restaurant will order French fries for their kids.
Sure.
It's a your thing. इसको तो एक French fries, एक smiley star दे दो इसको. You know, so this is where we are talking about moderation, which is impossible. Until unless we understand what kind of relationship we have with food, and then what kind of understanding we have to give it to youth and the kids from the starting. आज बहुत मुश्किल है जब मैं बोलती हूँ शुगर मत लो. आज बहुत मुश्किल है, मेरे लिए भी मुश्किल है. You know, but अगर ये मेरी moderation में game शुरू से की होती, जब मेरे को समझ आता कि इतना लोगे बेटा, then your mind will get foggy. You know, can you make a good decision right now? No, mama, I can't because the salt and sugar is so high in me that, you know. So you have to get reasonable ways to let life be led, you know. Thank you.
Thank you, Ristam. Thank you, Justice Shan. These points coming from a wellness coach makes a lot of impact on us, and definitely audience after this will also take care of these points in the tea break also. And because we know Saguna announced about some brownies and other sugar-loaded things.
And Saguna, after all that, you want us to speak on food.
Okay, so the next question we have for Kuljeet, that around Jeev da Swad. What are the common challenges when we try to moderate our food intake? What are the common challenges we face and how to overcome those challenges? Let's hear from Kuljeet on
But
this.
first of all of you all sitting over here, tell me, do you live to eat or eat to live?
I live to eat.
Wow. You know, the taste buds play havoc slowly and steadily with our food intake, and without realizing we end up either obese or underweight or with 101 disease without realizing it's just our taste buds. And if we can just be careful, just try and be mindful. Very, very important. Be mindful what you're eating, at what time you're eating, and what kind you're eating. I think we can, all the challenges regarding food can be crossed. All the challenges, because the temptation, all of us sitting over here, as soon as the brownie I heard, I can feel the saliva in my mouth, oh, brownie. Kab milega, chai kab milegi, coffee kab milegi. See, because you're a human being. We are human beings. We have to enjoy. Life comes only once. I know we have to be very, very strict about the food. We have to be very strict about our exercise, everything. But again, we are human. Why are we depriving ourselves, craving? Okay, it's fine. We can take, this strict diet, that strict diet. Like my friend, she tells me the other day, today is my first day of dieting. So I was very happy because she's a little huge. I said, "Haan, kya kar rahi hai?" You know what she said? All the waste food in my house, I'm just getting rid of it. And slyly she tells me, wow, they were so delicious. So I hope you're not doing any dieting of that kind, please. Because, see, challenges will come. On the TV, 101 ads you're seeing. And like she just said, we want to try them out. All the junk food. We want to try them out. And if we can just be a little choosy about it, I'm sure our children will also be choosy. But we are not. Like she says, as soon as we go to a restaurant, okay, try, yeah, this. Because we want the time for ourselves, Tum pee lo, Coke do pee lo. Koi baat nahi, it's okay. Aaj hi na, kal bhi karenge. So that's the way we end up. That's the way we do it, And then fancy full dietings we do. Like 5 to 2. I was shocked when that lady told me, 5 and 2. I said, what do you mean by 5 and 2? She said, simple yaar, 5 din to khana kha lete hain, 2 din bhooke reh lete hain. You mean you're absolutely playing with the metabolism of your system. Our intestines, our digestive juices, at the right time, they are secreted. You'll agree with me? If we don't eat food at the right time, they are actually, eating all the inner lining of your system. And then you end up with all the disease. So why not? Eat little, eat less, be happy, yaar. Yeah, mindfully. You want to have chocolate? Have it, man. Have 2 dark chocolate. Doesn't matter. Nothing will happen to you. Kuch nahi hoga. Nothing. 2 coffees, pee lo. Kuch nahi hoega. But don't feel guilty after drink. Don't feel guilty. Hi, मैंने आज chocolate खा ली. Hi, मैंने. Don't. Please, इसको तो बड़ी जल्दी high लगती है. आप सब समझते हो ना? बहुत जल्दी. हाय मैं क्या करूं? मेरे को पानी भी लग जाता है. Actually, that's nothing. It's all here. It's just here. Okay? And one easy way to fight with these challenges, I'll tell you. Very, very simple. You're going for a party, right? Pick up the smallest plate. Take the smallest helping. Pick up the food which need a lot of chewing. Okay? And then slowly, slyly see which desserts are there. And then go and stand in front of a table with all plants. You know what plants? Vegetables. Don't look at the meat side, only vegetables. Have them. Then ample space in your stomach to have your dessert. Man, enjoy your dessert because you have saved on the food. So I think you can clap for this. So I feel if all of us sitting here today, if we just remember 3 things, just 3 things, rest all well said. All of us, we know everything about the food. This is good, this is bad, salt is there, sugar is there, sabko pata hai. But remain cool, remain happy, and remain mindful. Bas, this mantra, only this mantra, what do you say? Only this mantra we want. CHN. If you forget, then remember Puppy. What did Puppy say? CHH. And you'll never feel guilty of what you're eating. You'll never feel deprived. You'll never crave. I'm promising you, you'll never. And then everybody will admire you because you'll be having the best figure going around. Okay?
Thank you, Kuljeet. We thought CHM means Chandigarh de Munde, but good that you told it means cool, happy, and be mindful. So that's the takeaway.
Hi, food diya galla karte pe, munde nahi karte pe.
So in the tea break, takeaways that we have to use small plates while that can be filled more number of times. That is what even I do.
I'll just add one thing. Rather than taking, there are two ways of the approach, right? You take the small plate, fill your stomach first, and then go to sweets. The best way is first go to the sweet corner. You will not feel like eating anything, because sweets do that to you. Why we go back to sweets at the end is because they keep calling you. So once you have sweets first, maybe 2 spoons of ice
I
cream.
think that's a beautiful thing.
I'm telling you, say more.
इसको भी बांध लो अपने दुपट्टे के साथ में, पहले मीठा खा लो, फिर खाने के पास जाए।
That's a very good takeaway. That's a very good takeaway.
नहीं खाओगे आप
वो कहती है फिर खाओगे नहीं खाना।
Yeah.
लगती है उसके बाद
फिर गुजराती लाइफस्टाइल
Gujarati,
मीठा
go for Gujarati food, no, all meeta. Yeah. So next one, like I was thinking from the previous session also, that detachment gets very difficult because we get attached so much. Even Sister Shivani says, I could see that many of us are following Sister Shivani, or at least listening to her, or at least we know her name, right? So detachment gets very difficult because we get attached so much. That is what we heard in the previous session. So why to get so much attached at first place? Why not have moderation in relationships also, in attachment also, so that detachment doesn't get that painful? So the next question to Jaske Shan, who is a motivational speaker also, comes out from this.
I wonder why he said first.
Why to have moderation in the food only? How to moderate ourselves in other important aspects of life, especially relationships, emotions, aspirations, and have a good, healthy and mental health.
Absolutely. That's what I meant. It's a wellness wheel. It's 360 degree. Every aspect of your life affects the other aspect of your life. You're very happy. You will never, push yourself to shock systems like diets. You will not go into systems that are alien to you. You will not leave things just because somebody said things to you that this is not good for you, unless you have a relationship from leaving. It's very important. आप 4 दिन छोड़ दोगे कोक पीना, 5वें दिन किधर कोई इमोशन डिप आएगा, आप सबसे पहले कोक ही उठाओगे. Like आप बच्चों को बोलो लॉलीपॉप नहीं खाना, आइसक्रीम नहीं खाना, तो मैं तो खाऊंगा. So that's a wrong way of leaving things. Understand. So very important thing that I always talk about is understand what is your motivation in life. Is it you worship your body? Once your understanding is clear that I use my body for achieving XYZ, I misuse my body because this is the only body that is giving me pain and this is the one that gets me terrible experiences, or I just relish being given a chance in this body. So it starts from there. So once you understand that, even when relationships are not going right, friends को काटना बहुत आसान होता है ना? पेपर पे कोई रिश्ता हो जाए, उसको काटना मुश्किल होता है. But वो मुश्किल खाली तब तक है जब तक आपने, जैसे Ritika also said, 4 years के बाद breakdown हुआ. क्योंकि अंदर से realization, अपने साथ selfish connection रखना. Again, one very important thing is fish for yourself first before you fish for somebody else. So this is an art that we should teach kids at the age of 2, 3 when they start talking. Say, beta, did you fish for yourself in the situation first? You were trying to help others. Did you fill your stomach first? And when you served others, only the happy feeling was there, or you were trying to gorge into something that was coming around? So I think when it comes to mental health, when it comes to marriages, when it comes to after divorces, moderation is needed after divorce. You don't stop yourself from not falling in love again. You still stay available in life.
Every part of life, moderation is required.
It is needed. You stay available to life. You don't stay available to men and women. You stay available to life to let it happen to you. अगर किसी से प्यार हो गया तो मेरा डाइवोर्स हो गया तो क्या हो गया? So similarly, मैं डाइट कर रही थी, 4 दिन में वेकेशन करने का. अच्छा, वेकेशन भी हमारे लिए एक गलत. We take all the liberty of not going on vacation first. Then we plan 10 days, take loans also on vacation. This is a new trend. People take loans
and go and binge over there.
And come and then become guilty. इतना खर्चा करा है.
Only खा भी लिया ना.
I'm trying to show you something that we are very self-limiting. We are very painful to ourselves. And that is the reason why we find escapes. Vacation में जाके कुछ नहीं change होता. Moderation है कि आप regular life में अपना रिक्रिएशन एरिया को कैसे सेटिस्फाई करके रखते हो। उसके बाद वेकेशन जाओ तो मैं कहूंगी वेकेशन था, नहीं तो आप अपनी खाली भड़ास ही निकाल रहे होते, 5 स्टार में रहेंगे।
In that case, you won't need the vacation.
You would need it. Vacation. Now you see Americans, they finish their higher education, they are out for 6 months. Why? Because they fill themselves with experiences.
That's the more satisfying.
What we do is we escape from our situations. 5 दिन जा रहे हैं, सब कुछ भूल जाएंगे, फिर आके we
I
have the
need a
same
change.
exercise.
That is one statement. I need a change.
Exactly.
Oh dear, कितना काम कर लिया. I'm so stressed out. Stressed out, तो खाना खा लिया. खाना खा लिया.
It's a cycle. That's
I mean that
emotional
cycle
eating.
goes on. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. And actually, what we are doing is not taking a break. We go there and we are binging. We are doing the same thing all over again. Only the place is changed. That's it.
That happens with your emotional health also. The same thing happens, like you do it for food. अगर आपका negative pattern बन गया दिमाग को चलाने का, फिर आप दुनिया को negative ही मानोगे। ये depression और ये सब कुछ नहीं है. They are cycles. It's how you code yourself, and then you stay in the code. Why you need intervention? Is because you've coded too badly for yourself.
Yes.
For too long. And now medical intervention is needed because अगर आपका दिमाग इतना healthy होता तो हम वहाँ तक पहुँचते नहीं. और अब वहाँ तक पहुँच गए तो अकेले तो वापस आओगे नहीं. किसी की help चाहिए होगी. Yeah.
Very true, very true. I think just Shan is a motivational speaker also. She brought very good points that attachment with food, things or people bound to feel guilty, bound to get detached or end up having a broken heart. So we have got only one body, one soul. So best to have that our true love or sacha pyar should be with our own body, with our own soul than any material things.
Even the spirituality, even at that time they told us, अपने को ही खाली प्यार करो, इधर ही है भगवान तो.
So that is where eating in moderation, staying fit and healthy is really, really important. Well, I think now quickly we have some time because we started a bit late, right? So we have a few minutes. So any quick question from the audience, because we definitely wanted that everybody should speak in this unspoken platform. So any one or two point of view, quick question from the audience. I could see our mentor Anu Kapoor.
He wants to push us a question that this is just a little intervention to if anybody noticed, I just stepped out for a bit. I stepped out because I could feel all of you. And I went to request them that we could at least serve lemonade or tea or coffee here with the it's not allowed. So just bear with us for 20 minutes and then we shall and trust me, the eats that are waiting for you there,
Stop
that will be worth the wait.
Stop tempting, Sabrina. 20 minutes are still there.
Yeah.
We do very little lights.
So question from Anu here.
No, there's not. I don't have a question. I just want to bring something else on the table. Of the topic is moderation. We've been talking so far about our health. I think we should bring this also on the table: mindful consumption and the health of our planet, because this overconsumption is actually really leading us to disaster.
Yes.
So I just want to bring that point onto the table.
Thank you so much.
If you allow me, I'd just like to add another very important thing in moderation is where do you operate from? Do you operate from the mindset of lack? Do you operate from mindset of abundance? Very important. If you understand where do you operate from, you will see what you're eating, what kind of timelines you have to eat, and it can really correct your food pattern, And I don't know why, I have a very strong feeling. I was in Thailand last month and I met this whole group of people. I won't tell you for what purpose because I think we'll have a lot of debate on that. But, they were just discussing about the veganism and the COVID and XYZ and stuff like that. And I realized that we have to really understand some very little nitty-gritties of our lives, which is, why do we say things are lacking? Religion is potent because we make it lack, fear. Food is, again, we've told, खत्म हो जाएगा. मेरे माँ बाप को ये इतने सालों के बाद पानी खत्म होने वाला है, अभी तक तो नहीं हुआ. है ना? थोड़ी देर उस माइंडसेट से बाहर निकल के अपनी लाइफ के लिए मैं कहती हूँ दूसरों को आप सर्व ही नहीं कर सकते जब तक आप अपने सबके नहीं हो. थोड़ी देर के लिए ना बस मजे लो. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मजे लो. हर फूड को खाने के बाद फीलिंग लो, इसने मेरे साथ क्या किया, मैंने अभी चीनी खाई है, मेरे को कैसा लगा. अब मैं गुड़ खा रही हूँ, अब कैसा लग रहा है? And get intoxicated with life. And once you are in sync with life, you will never harm yourself.
Yes.
You will never harm yourself. You'll be so possessive about your toy. Then
Your
it's
thoughts, actually, your thoughts harm you.
Absolutely.
Only your thoughts harm you. Nothing else, you know. Enjoy what you're eating. And I hope everyone sitting here, you remember those 3 alphabets which you have to remember.
CHM.
Yes. And then you'll be so happy because you'll fall in love with yourself.
So it's basically managing emotions and moderation in everything. So I would like to say, just ने बोल दिया, मैम ने बोल दिया, बहुत अच्छा. Moderation is the key to live the life both happy and free, balancing everything, big or small, to avoid stumble and fall in our life.
Thank you, Saakshi. I think with this, all the organizers are steering us at us. They might cut down on our coffee. So I think with this, high time we conclude our session with a big thanks to the Noble Bunch people, Saguna, Hardeep, for giving us this opportunity.
Yes.
And thanks to all of you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you.
And every bite that you have of brownie, just enjoy. Every sip of the tea and coffee,
I
just let
think
it feel.
that's what she meant. And also one more very, I don't know why this reflection is coming in. Very important thing is when you are living your story, it's extremely important to know when you say no.
Yeah.
Not because I said you should not have it, you should not have it. You know, you should have that feeling that I mean this no because I'm not going back to it. You know, so that's.
But what will you do when you go to a Punjabi house and say, "थोड़ी सी और ले आओ."
हाँ खाऊंगी मैं खाऊंगी but मैं guilt नहीं लेकर आऊंगी
थोड़ी सी ले आओ।
because body guilt को समझती है, fear को समझती है और वो आपके against हो जाती है, आपका immune system आपके against हो जाता है. तो ये I'm sure Dr. Chatwal is sitting. I should not talk too much, but COVID was a fear triggered phenomena.
Yes.
Okay, it was a virus. I understand XYZ medically, yes. But the people who got fearful could not even fight it back.
Yes.
You know, so thank you so much.
We think the topic is really interesting, so we'll continue the talks over the cup of coffee as well because we have the expert panel out here. We'll continue the talks over the cup of tea.
Anyway, thank you.
Now we need to give the stage to the next panel.
Okay, but thank you one and all for bearing with us in spite of getting the aroma of the coffee.
Thank